Hello YouTube, this is BUB'S Comics coming at you with a quick comic haul. We got an all Dell haul for you today, so if this isn't your thing, maybe it will be by the time this haul's over. So no Marvel, no DC, no Independence, none of that crap. Just TV show related Dell stuff. You're gonna love it. Anyway, in the background we got the famous Mr. Ed, the talking horse. And he says Ed talks his way to the state fair to meet a cute little filly. The pretty little filly with the long brown hair. And we got the Rifleman, of course, famous log cover. Yep, that's what it is. Alright, so I got to thank my buddy Schoons over at Schoon's Comic. Old Schoony boy hooked me up with a few of these books. He had bought this big collection. If you haven't seen his haul video on that, go check that out. It's great stuff. And he was going through these books and he thumbed through a few of these, and I was like, hey, those look good. And he was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with these. If you need any of these, hit me up. So I hit him up. Here we are. So up first we've got Get Smart number 1. I'm not even gonna start with the numbering on these books, okay? They're Dells. Sometimes they go by Dell. Sometimes they're Dell Giants. Sometimes they're 4-color. So if you ever see like 4-color number and it'll have a number, sometimes they're that. Usually none of that is written on the cover. They have like these serial numbers at the top. So just a mess. But the indicia usually will tell you what's going on. It'll have the number of it, or it'll say 4-color with a number. So anyway, so it says, how mixed up can one spy get? Right there. And then woof woof bang. It says Maxwell Smart, the world's greatest spy. And of course, if you remember the TV show Don Adams, Get Smart, just great stuff. Of course, there's Fang the dog. So very cool. Get Smart number 1. Very happy to have this. Thank you, Schoon, for that one. I won't say that too much more, but thanks again. I've looked at these before at conventions. They usually want, like, I don't know, for the memorable properties in good condition, and these are in fair condition. Some are a little better. Sometimes they want 10 or 15 bucks for these, and then sometimes they want like $20 for a key book. Like that Mr. Red book, I've seen it for 25 and up, and of course that Rifleman is ridiculously expensive for what it is. But the Get Smart books, they're usually fairly on the cheap side. So anyway, we worked out a deal, and really I consider part of this kind of an A-OK. So here is Get Smart, I believe number 2, but after that my numbering is going to get real fuzzy with Fang again. So they just keep putting Fang on the cover, and Fang really, in like the first season of Get Smart, he was kind of more prevalent. But he wasn't like a major. It's not like he was in every episode, had Fang in it. Maybe it did, but it was very, very, very small part, And it's a dog. But I think, to get kids to like it, they're kind of making it seem more like there's a dog involved. And they are all, of course, drawn card, they're comics. So on the inside, maybe there's more Fang. I haven't read through them yet. I think this is number 4, the great Don Adams cover. Get Smart. Of course, this is all Silver Age stuff. 66 in that range, 66, 68. So Agent 86 face to face with danger again and loving it. There you go. And here is what I was really excited. Really, I was most excited for this book. Of all these books, this is the book I would have bought, like just at a convention or something. I probably would have paid at least 10 bucks for it. And this is Get Smart. I think number 7, but it had Barbara Feldon on there. Of course, it had her like season 1 haircut or so, which has got those terrible bangs. It gets better, folks. Hang with her. She gets better. And when I was a kid, I thought she was gorgeous. Now I look at her and I'm like, she's all right, not bad. But when I was a kid, man, oh man, was she beautiful. And I never understood why she'd go for a guy like Don Adams. He looked like a goon to me. So there you go. Get Smart. Chaos captures Maxwell Smart. They gave him back. Sorry about that, Chief. There you go. All right, switching gears, we're going to move on to Bewitched. So, this is the part that's kind of an A-OK because I wasn't even going to buy any of these, and Schoon threw them in. They're okay. I did like Bewitched when I was a kid. I did enjoy Elizabeth Montgomery a bunch. Nothing wrong with that. And if you'd asked me even then, between Elizabeth Montgomery and Barbara Eden, the girl who played Jeannie in I Dream of Jeannie, I would have picked Elizabeth Montgomery. I thought she was just beautiful. As I've got older and I realized what it would be like living with a witch versus having a genie as your slave, later I decided Barbara Eden was the way to go. But as a kid, Elizabeth Montgomery was baking cookies. I was down with that. So so there you go. Wacky Way Out World of Witches. Groovy. Boy, that couldn't be a more 60s cover, huh? Then you got another Bewitched. I don't know what the numbers are on these. I don't care. You guys can look them up if you're that interested. Bewitched, You're a Witch. You're a witch? What? Huh? Maybe there's even the first one. There's Agnes Moorehead. Phew. And Dora. Boy, she was rough. So, very cool. Here they had Tabitha, I think, was the little baby's name, and I don't know if the dog had a name. There's Dick York again. Glad they didn't put any of Dick Sargent on there. I like Dick York much better. He was a much better actor. Liz Montgomery, and then there's Endora again. Samantha. And man, I used to always, what was his name? Darren. And I forget what she used to call him. Not dumbass, that's what they call him today, but doofus or something like that, or Donald or something. She'd call him something weird. There's another one. Now, what I find interesting about this, not just the books themselves, but the fact that old Schoon had showed a book that had like, I'm pretty sure it was a Bewitched book, and it had like a clown or something, and it was like a terrifyingly ugly cover. And it really, the clown bit was the worst part. I'm not one of those people who's all scared of clowns or whatever, but it was pretty bad, you know. And it almost looked to be intentionally horrific. And he was like, oh, I'm going to be getting rid of this. I'm going to be getting rid of this. Well, it was your perfect chance, man. First thing I did was sift through those Bewitched to see if that clown cover was in there. And it wasn't. So you kept it, or you already got rid of it, or you were so scared you buried it in the backyard of your neighbor's house. So I don't know which one it is. Schoon, if you're watching, old buddy, leave it in the comments below. Let me know what the hell did you do with that clown book. I was looking through it. I didn't want it, but I was looking through it, and I was like, oh, I bet he shoved that off on me. Boom, it wasn't there. So somebody's got the glory of that. So there you go. I hope y'all like that. A little Dell fun for you. Dell doesn't get much love, rightfully so, but they do have a few winners. And for me, if you're going on nostalgia, and you know, it's not just nostalgia. I watched an episode of Get Smart like 2 weeks ago. Like, I love that show. It was one of my favorite shows as a kid. So, you know, what can I say? So I hope y'all enjoyed that, and we'll catch you next time on BUB'S Comics. Remember, read a comic and don't apologize for the glare. Bye-bye.